like I said, it doesn't do it constantly. It only does it after I drive the car for like 20 or 30 minutes. So I just got home. I'm gonna try and figure out what this sound is. Hopefully I can figure it out because it annoys the hell out of me. So yeah, let's get started. All right, guys. So I jacked the car up and I was turning the wheel. I didn't hear any sound, so I had to figured if I put some put some force on the suspension and then I turn the wheel, then maybe it would replicate the sound. So what I did is I did this. So you see how I have the block under the tire. So what I did is this, and I'm pretty sure this is ball joint right here. So I'm gonna jack it up and you'll hear a click, and I can feel the click too. When I put my finger on that ball joint, I can feel it. So I'm pretty sure it's the ball joint. So I'm gonna do it so you can hear it. Do you hear that? Did it on the way up and on the way down. So do it again. Alright, now down. You hear it? God, that's an annoying sound. But yeah, so it's the ball joint. So these are SPC upper control arms. So for me, I can just replace the ball joint. If you have OEM, you have to buy a whole new upper control arm. But since these are SPC upper control arms, I can just buy the ball joint separately, bolt it back in, and that's it. But I'm gonna go ahead and just buy both sides because I'm sure if this one's out, I'm sure the other one's like really close behind it going out. So I think they're 75 bucks a pop. So what is that, like 150 bucks for 2 ball joints? And yeah, so I figured it out, guys. It's the upper ball joint. Okay, guys, so that footage you just saw I took maybe a couple weeks ago. I was trying to figure out what that sound was. So since then, I went ahead and I ordered the upper ball joints. I ordered 2 of them. So as you can see here, this is an SPC upper ball joint. So like I said in the video before, if you have OEM upper control arms, you have to replace that whole upper control arm. But since I have the SPC upper control arms, what comes with that, the benefits of those upper control arms, one, you have more camber adjustment, and 2, you can just bolt on and bolt off the upper ball joint, which you can see here. It has a nut on top of it, and that's how you replace the upper ball joint. So I went ahead and ordered these. It's $75 a piece. I went ahead, so I have these. I'm gonna go ahead and replace them. So as you saw in the video before, it makes like a squeaking sound and it clunks. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace them. You do have to rent a tool. I rented 2 just to be sure because I didn't know which one would be best. So I rented 2, but I'll tell you guys which one is best. So I'm gonna go ahead and I got the car jacked up already. So I'm gonna go ahead and start taking the wheels off, and then yeah, I'll go from there. All right, guys. So give me a sec. All right, guys. So I'm gonna show you guys what I mean. So I got both wheels off. You can see. This is the upper control arm, and then I have to take out this cotter pin, and then take out this castle nut, and then there's a nut up here. I'm not sure I can get it. I don't know, I can show you. The camera might be too big. But there's a nut up here, so when I disconnect this from the assembly, I'll just be able to pull down on the upper, and I'll just show you what I mean. But I think so I'm gonna do that. We gotta take off this castle nut. This is if you have SPC. If you have OEM, you have to take out, separate this from the OEM, and you have to take out these 2. There's a nut right here, or a bolt right here, and there's another one over there, and the whole thing will just come out. But since I have SPC, I'm gonna just unbolt this, undo the big nut at the top up here, and then the ball joint will just come out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Okay, guys, so I went ahead and I got the castle nut off, which, let me see if I can show you here. So I got that right here, and the cotter pin is somewhere around here, I don't know. So you can see here. Oh, that's great. So you saw I had to use it to pry the 2 apart. I just use like a long bar, You know, it's no big deal or anything. So there's actually a cone that's supposed to be on here, which I think I'm gonna have an issue with because it's actually up here in the spindle. It looks like. I get to focus in for you guys. You can see. You see this cone right here? You actually need this. You need to put it on the new one. And I'm not sure how I'm gonna get that out. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take this out, and then I'm gonna go ahead and take off this upper ball joint. Alright guys, so I just finished the driver's side, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do the passenger side. So I'm gonna tell you guys a trick that I did to make it easier for you. I mean, so on this shim right here, you don't have to take it out. You can. It's not that it's like it's not part of it. I made a mistake when I said you have to get it out. You don't have to get it out because its purpose is to it's a cone shape, so when it comes in here it allows you to tighten. Without it, it won't tighten up and it'll be all loose. So this is just like in a way to tighten this to the upper ball joint right here. So you don't have to take it out. It was my mistake when I said you had to. You don't have to. You can just leave it in there. Its purpose is just to tighten. So when you put it back together, you'll see what I mean. But if it did come off with your old ball joint, if you have SPC, I rented a tool. I rented 2 tools actually, and turns out I didn't actually need them. So this is what I got. So this is the first one that I got that you can use. You put the cone in here. You see that? You see how it's shaped? You put the cone in there. You put the cone up top, so it'd be. So the bottom of the cone would be right here, and then the point would go up, and then the bolt that sticks out would go in here, and you would just tighten it, and it would press it out. So this is one of the ones that I bought, and I bought a second one because I didn't know if this one would be good enough. So let me go ahead and show you that one. But I think this is the one you want because it's smaller. I did get this one too just in case, but I think I got that one because it looked like this one was too big. But you can get this one too. But it looks like this might be too big for it. But it'd be the same thing. So if you did get this, you would put the ball joint in there, and you put the cone in here, and you would just tighten this down, and it would start to push this up, and then it would come off. So yeah, if that cone comes off with your ball joint and it didn't stay inside the spindle, you're gonna need to rent a tool, some kind of tool to take off that cone from the old ball joint because it needs to be reused for the new one. So this is these are the 2 options you have. I think this one's gonna be better because it's smaller. It looks like. But you can try this one too. I don't need them, so I'm not gonna be able to show you how to use them. But yeah, you just put the cone. It's the same for both. You just tighten whatever bolt, and it'll start pressing it down. It'll separate the cone from the ball joint. But yeah, so that's that. So this is the passenger side, and this is the driver's side. So you can see here, driver's side has a new ball joint in it. It's in the exact same spot, and also you're gonna want to make sure you note the position of where this is, like, because it slides forward and backwards. So if you don't remember where it is, you're gonna have your alignment off. So this side's done. You are gonna need if you have SPC, you're gonna need a 27 millimeter. What's it called? I don't know. I just forgot this. 27 millimeter. What the fuck's it called? Jeez. Thinking. Socket. Jesus. 27 millimeter socket. The bolt there is 27 millimeters, so you're gonna need to get one of those unless you have one laying around. It needs to be a low profile one. Okay. So cone's in there. I'm leaving the cone in there. You can see it's still in here. So I'm gonna just move this to the side, and I'm gonna show you what I meant with those 2 blocks. So you see how this comes down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take one. These 2 and stick it in here like this. You need another one, so that way, because I'll show you what I mean. So you got the 27 mil socket on, but there's not enough space. See? So you gotta put another one in there. Ah. Shit. Alright, so I'm gonna move you guys over. So you can see here that the bolt is accessible now. You got enough space for your wrench to go in there. Yeah, so you're gonna need these remember, because you need this to hold this down so you can loosen this. So I'm gonna go ahead and loosen that. Let me get my cheater bar. Okay. So I got my cheater bar, so I'm gonna put this on there. How it's just not loosening in my hand. Okay guys, so here's the old upper ball joint. So I said you had to mark the position so you know where to put this in terms of its sliding. So there's actually another thing you have to remember where to put. So this right here, this piece comes off. If I can get it off, it's kind of dirty, so it's kind of. So this piece comes off, and that's your camber adjustment. So let me see here. It's adjusted for you guys. So you can see the outline of mine, how mine was. So you need to make sure that you put this in the same way on the new one as well. That way your caster doesn't get changed. So mine was kind of off center from like the SPC symbol. So here, I'm making my new one out, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so here's the new one. Alright, so let me get this nut off. So that piece was slightly off-centered, so I need to take this, so this is perfectly lined up with the marking, right? So mine was actually like this. That's how it was. So I'm gonna show you what I mean. Let me show you one more time. So you can see here how there's the SPC symbol. You see? Same position. And so you need to have that memorized. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this new one on there. I'm gonna put it in that marking that I used, so that way I know where it goes. And then I'm just gonna tighten it down, and that's it. Alright guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll show you the finished project in a second. Alright, so I got that upper ball joint in, so now I need to put this back with that cone. If that cone's not in there, it's not going to tighten down, so just remember that. So you need to put this back inside with the ball joint, alright, or with the bolt right here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and show you guys the finished product on both sides. So like I said, maybe you want to make sure you mark this, so that way you know where this goes on the upper control arm. Other side's the same way. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put the wheels on, get everything torqued down, and I should be good to go. Alright guys, so I went ahead and finished everything up. I went ahead and test drove it. There's no sounds or anything. I just want to show you guys, I actually went ahead and pulled out the camber on my, on the upper ball joint. You can see where it's a little more flush with the fender. I'll show you the other side too. So you see it's more flush. I mean, obviously my wheels just aren't wide enough, so it's not like flush, but you get what I mean when it's more vertical. So I fixed the camber, so it's not, there's not so much negative camber anymore. But yeah guys, that's a really simple thing to do. So if you found this video helpful, go ahead and give it a like, and go ahead and subscribe. Next video I will be doing, I will be dropping the diff and replacing all the bushings because it's going to get welded. So if you want to know when that comes out, go ahead and subscribe and turn notifications on. You guys will know when that comes out. Thanks for watching.